Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitam Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Kacharine Nirvishesha Sanyavadi Ashtakshajarsatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Pariprajakacharya Stotra Satasri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Pariprajakacharya Stotra Satasri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Samveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Glories to Srila Prabhupada. So, my dear devotees, we will read from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 3, Karma Yoga, text 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat. Saha Yajna Praja Shristva Pura Huvacha Esa Va Astu Ishta Kamaduk Sahayagya Prajashristva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishyadvam Keshavos Vishtakamaduk Sahayagya Prajashristva Purovacha Prajapati Anena Prasavishyadvam Eshavos Vishtakamaduk Saha along with Yajna sacrifices, Praja generations, Shristva creating, Pura anciently, Uvacha said, Prajapati the Lord of creatures, Anena by this, Prasavishyadvam be more and more prosperous. Esha this, Va your, Astu let it be, Ishta of all desirable things, Kamaduk bestower. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, Be thou happy by this yajna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. Please repeat. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures, sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, Be thou happy by this yajna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So who wants to live happily and achieve liberation? This is the method. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The material creation by the Lord of creatures, Vishnu, is a chance offered to the conditioned souls to come back home back to Godhead. All living entities within the material creation are conditioned by material nature because of their forgetfulness of their relationship to Vishnu or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vedic principles are to help us understand this eternal relation. As it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedya. The Lord says that the purpose of the Vedas is to understand Him. In the Vedic hymns it is said, Patim Vishvaryasech Maram. Therefore, the Lord of the living entities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also, 2.4.20, Srila Shukadev Goswami describes the Lord as Pati in so many ways. Shriya Patir Yagyapati Prajapatir Giyam Patir Loka Patir Darapati Patir Gatis Chandaka Vrishni Sattvatam Prasidatam Me Bhagavan Satam Pati. The Prajapati is Lord Vishnu, and he is the Lord of all living creatures. All worlds and all beauties, and the protector of everyone. The Lord created this material world to enable the conditioned souls to learn how to perform yagyas, sacrifices, for the satisfaction of Vishnu, so that while in the material world, they can live very comfortably without anxiety, and after finishing the present material body, they can enter into the kingdom of God. So who wants to live very comfortably without anxiety and then enter the kingdom of God? So this is the method. That is the whole program for the conditioned soul. By performance of yajna, the conditioned souls gradually become Krishna conscious and become godly in all respects. In this age of Kali, the Sankirtan yajna, the chanting of the names of God, is recommended by the Vedic scriptures. And this transcendental system was introduced by Lord Chaitanya for the deliverance of all men in this age. Sankirtan Yajna and Krishna consciousness go well together. Lord Krishna, in his devotional form as Lord Chaitanya, is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32 as follows, with special reference to the Sankirtan Yajna. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar Yajantihi Sumeda Saha. In this age of Kali, people who are endowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates by performance of Sankirtan Yajna. So this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32, is very important. and I'll discuss it in some detail. So, Krishna Varnam. Krishna, of course, means Krishna, and Varnam has two meanings. One meaning is category, like Varnashram Dharma, Varna. So he's in the same category as Krishna, or in other words, he is Krishna. This incarnation is Krishna. And another meaning is to describe or glorify, and he's always describing and glorifying Krishna. Tvisa Krishnam, but his color is not blackish like Krishna's, it's golden. Sango Pangastra Parshadam, and he is accompanied by his associates, his Parshadas, who are like his weapons, his astras. Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar, Yajanti hi Sumedasa. So those who are intelligent worship this incarnation of Godhead by performance of Sankirtan Yajna. So if anyone accuses you of not being intelligent, you can say, no, I am certified intelligent by the Shastra, Sumedasa, because I worship Lord Chaitanya by performance of Sankirtan Yajna. As opposed to Sumedasa, there's Alpamedasa, which means less intelligent. And the Bhagavad Gita describes those who worship the demigods as Alpamedasa, less intelligent. But those who worship Lord Chaitanya by performance of Sankirtan Yajna are Sumedasa, highly intelligent. Other yajnas prescribed in the Vedic literatures are not easy to perform in this age of Kali. But the Sankirtan Yajna is easy and sublime for all purposes, as recommended in Bhagavad Gita also 9:14. Now we'll read 9:14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha jadavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upasate. So satatam kirtayanto mam, always chanting my glories, Krishna speaking. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. A Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising his holy name, his eternal form, his transcendental qualities, and his uncommon activities. So there are different types of kirtan. Of course, nam, chanting of the holy name. There's also rupa, glorifying the form of the Lord. Guna, glorifying the qualities of the Lord, and Lila, glorifying the pastimes of the Lord. One has to glorify all these things. Therefore, a Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And there's another important word in the verse, Dridavritaha, which means with determination. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service, as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not a demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, and Smaranam, remembering him. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve at the ultimate end the association of the Supreme Lord in any one of the 5 transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, and vocal, everything, in the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. This is called Krishna consciousness. In devotional service, there are certain activities which are called determined, such as fasting on certain days, like the 11th day of the moon, Ekadasi, which we observed yesterday, and on the appearance day of the Lord. All these rules and regulations are offered by the great acharyas for those who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental world. The Mahatmas, great souls, strictly observe all these rules and regulations, and therefore they are sure to achieve the desired result. As described in the 2nd verse of this chapter, not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in a happy mood. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service, guided by an expert spiritual master, and in any position, either as a householder or a sannyasi or a brahmachari. In any position and anywhere in the world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become actually Mahatma, a great soul. Once we were staying with Srila Prabhupada in Bombay at Seaface Park, and our host, Kartikeya Mahadevya, had a brother, Kumud Chandra Mahadevi, who had a vacant apartment. And so he let Srila Prabhupada and the disciples stay in the vacant apartment. And in the evening, Srila Prabhupada would speak on the nectar of devotion to the devotees. But if by chance someone out from outside came to know that Prabhupada was speaking and came to join, Srila Prabhupada would change the level of discourse from the nectar of devotion to the Bhagavad Gita. So one evening, a prominent Hindu, Sri B.M. Kamdar, came up and said to Srila Prabhupada that India is a land of Mahatmas, yet India has so many problems. How is that? Because he was thinking that in a land of Mahatmas, there should not be problems, there should not be many problems. And Srila Prabhupada replied, the reason India has so many problems is because you cannot distinguish who is a Mahatma from who is not a Mahatma. And indirectly he was referring to Mahatma Gandhi, who is not exactly a Mahatma according to the definition of the Bhagavad Gita. I first met Srila Prabhupada and came to Krishna consciousness in Boston and we do Harinam Sankirtan at the Boston Commons. And one day, I don't know why, but I had to run an errand about a block away. And as I was walking down the street, an ordinary middle-aged American man saw me, and he started going like this, Mahatma, 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 which I thought was rather amusing, but maybe there was some truth to it. So yes. So now we have a few minutes left. So if any, I'll read the verse again, and then if any of you have any questions or comments, any reflections you'd like to share, you can raise your hand. So just read the verse again. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, Be thou happy by this yajna, sacrifice, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. Hare Krishna. So, yes, any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, so beautiful to see you. So, a whole group of us went to Fiji with Srila Gurudev in '98.
Can you repeat that?
Yes, a whole group of devotees went with Srila Gurudev to Fiji in 1998.
Okay.
He spoke at a university with all the professors of the university, and this is the verse he spoke on.
Oh, great minds think alike.
And there had been an extended drought in Fiji at that time. He specifically chose this verse. And I remember Chaitanya Chandravasagya was with us then. Many devotees that are not here now. So we were all in the inner part of a home taking prasadam. And we had been going out on Harinam for a few days. And when we were in this person's home taking prasadam, all of a sudden the devotees started yelling, Srila Gurudev, the rain has come, the rain has come. And it just, the skies opened up. And the headline in the newspapers was, the Hare Krishna brings the rain.
Jai.
Is this verse, Maharaj? Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, the yajna was a success. We have a video to show, it's about 2 minutes long, about our books. We have 15 minutes now. We do that now? Yeah, but how long will it take to set up the video? So, my dear devotees, we are also remembering, especially His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who left this world yesterday. You can see his picture on the steps of Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa-san. And yeah, he was really a very important member of ISKCON. He made many wonderful contributions in many areas, temple construction, book production, and I was very closely associated with him because we were serving together in Juhu for decades. And I was thinking why I was so affected by his departure. Of course, I had very close, loving relationships with His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami and His Holiness Bhakti True Swami. But in terms of a history of doing service together, I served together with Gopal Krishna Maharaj for decades in Juhu. So yeah, it's very sad that he has left us. Although Srila Prabhupada said that when a devotee leaves, we feel both happy and sad. We feel happy because we know the devotee has gone to serve Krishna, but we feel sad because we will miss the devotee's association. So that's definitely the case. We will miss his association. It was actually quite a shock. I still can't believe he's gone. But he is, and in the physical sense, I'm sure he's here spiritually to support us and encourage us and guide us in Krishna consciousness. So yeah, that's why we have his picture there. And there's a lot about him in my book, I'll Build You a Temple, the Juhu story, because the two of us worked together in Juhu to fulfill Srila Prabhupada's desire to build that temple for Sri Sri Radharasa Bihari. And yeah, we did a lot of service together. Right. Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Now let's see a short video about my books, which will be available.
First business. Move on writing.
This instruction was given to His Holiness Giriraj Swami personally by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada in 1971 and repeated over the years. In more than 5 decades since, Giriraj Swami has served Srila Prabhupada faithfully and tirelessly, sharing his experiences and realizations with us in his books. Have you ever wondered how service to God relates to service to man. What was Srila Prabhupada's vision that led people around the world to chant Krishna's names?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Watering the seed is an invaluable offering to all aspirants on the path of devotion, with many wonderful personal exchanges between Srila Prabhupada and his dear disciple. Giriraj Swami kindly shares his realizations with the honesty, wisdom, and humility for which he is known and loved. It transports us into Srila Prabhupada's intimate association during some of the most historic moments of ISKCON's development.
It's like in the sky there is one moon only, and there are millions of stars. But one more dissipate the whole darkness of the night. Similarly, at least those who are taken to Krishna consciousness, each of you become a moon and enlighten the world.
Oh, hey, Vaishnava Guru, Yarasa Guru, Dasa Guru,
The great souls described in these pages are bright, full moons of Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Their lives are living instructions. Their activities, chandrikas, cooling, illuminating moonbeams of Vaishnav sharing, teaching, and realization.
With their unconditional love and dedication to Srila Prabhupada, these personalities built this worldwide movement and gifted it to us to be nurtured by it and to serve.
An exclusive treatise on one's last days of life that gives readers the resource to face death squarely. And deal successfully with that often fearful and painful, but also saving moment. Down to earth and practical as well as scripture, both fresh and mature. It draws us in with superb narrative and also answers tough questions about death and dying.
Drawing from both spiritual leaders and experts in the field of hospice and palliative medicine, life's final exam has universal application.
One of the most important books about Srila Prabhupada. It's about Srila Prabhupada and his lila of years
Srila Prabhupada's struggle to establish Hare Krishna land and build a temple for Sri Sri Radha Rasa Bihari in Juhu, on the outskirts of Bombay, was perhaps the greatest effort of his preaching movement. By the strength of his desire, an overgrown plot of land in what had been a remote fishing village, infested with rats, snakes, and mosquitoes, became a place of pilgrimage and devotional service. And after a prolonged and arduous but victorious struggle, when the conveyance was finally signed, he declared, "It was a good fight. Someone should write a book about it."
I'll build you a temple that transports us into one of the great events of our time. It is a story of surrender on the path of pure love, an incomparable story that many have tried to relate, but which no one will ever be able to tell, like His Holiness Giriraj Swami.
From the beginning, Giriraj Swami served the Juhu project in various roles for 30 years and spent years researching, writing, and preparing the book for publication. It is part of ISKCON history, a complement to Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrita.
This book is a page-turner to the highest degree. Once you begin, you just can't put it down.
Giriraj Swami has written his 5th book, Dancing White Elephants. Traveling with Srila Prabhupada in India, August 1970 to March 1972. Covering visits to Amritsar, Indore, Surat, Bombay, Calcutta, Allahabad, Gorakhpur, Delhi, Madras, and Mayapur. In some 400 pages of text and 17 images, Dancing White Elephants, with the foreword by Malati Dasi, who was present for most of the adventures, will captivate the minds and hearts of readers and increase their attachment to and love for Srila Prabhupada and his white elephants, his disciples who helped him in his mission.
Through Maharaj's carefully chosen words, you will see the exquisite sights and feel like you are living the experiences that were part of establishing the Hare Krishna movement in India. You will meet incredible devotees who became pillars of this movement through their own storied spiritual growth and advancement, and be introduced to seemingly ordinary persons whose lives became transformed by contact with Prabhupada and his dancing white elephants, just as he envisioned.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakama.
Hare Krishna, His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. So I would just like to take a moment to thank His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj for visiting us here in Dallas and for giving us such a wonderful class. Let's give Maharaj a big Hari Bol all together. Hari Bol! We pray that Maharaj will continue to come visit Dallas regularly as he is doing. We're so grateful for all of his time. We know he could be just about anywhere in the world, and we're so very grateful that he chooses to come here in Dallas and stay with us. Thank you so much, Maharaj. So as you saw, there's these 5 very wonderful books that Maharaj has written, and Srila Prabhupada instructed him many times to write books. And so we have this opportunity today here to purchase these books directly from Maharaj. There's a nice book table set here at the back of the temple room. So I encourage everybody to please take this opportunity to buy all 5 of these books if you don't already have them. And if you do, you can buy more for others. And I believe you'll have the opportunity to have them signed by Maharaj as well. So please take advantage of this opportunity. It's a priceless opportunity. Thank you so much. His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. So as Maharaj mentioned, today we are honoring the disappearance day of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And at this time, we are extending our most sincere support to the disciples of Maharaj who are going through a very difficult time at this today. So we just ask that all of the devotees, please, sincerely, will take a moment now, and we can all sincerely pray to Sri Sri Radhakalachandji together for the disciples of Maharaj at this time. We'll take a moment of silence and just ask Sri Sri Radhakalachandji to please shower their mercy upon these disciples, so that although we are experiencing the physical separation of Maharaj, that we may feel closer to him than ever by hearing his instructions and associating with his Vani, and that they may shower their mercy upon these disciples during this difficult time. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. So the Sunday Feast Festival today is dedicated in honor of Maharaj, and all of our artiks, kirtans, and everything we do at the temple throughout the week will be dedicated to Maharaj and his disciples. We ask that everybody please keep them in your mind and heart throughout this week and beyond. And we all can work together to support these disciples during this time. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So now I have a few announcements to make for the remainder of our program. So at 6:30 p.m. we will start with Gaur Artik here in the temple room. And at 7 o'clock we will have the Sunday Feast Prasadam served out. At 8 p.m. we will have evening darshan here in the temple room with bhajans in front of the deities. So we ask everybody to please come back, take the opportunity to take darshan again in the evening and do bhajans and kirtan together. When the curtains open at 8 p.m., we will sing Jaya Nilo Premadana in honor of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. So please come back for that. The Sunday feast today was sponsored by a wonderful anonymous devotee. Let's give them a big Hari Bol together. Hari Bol! And I'm sorry, I forgot at the beginning of the announcements. If I could ask everybody to please scoot forward about 5 feet. There are some devotees that can't get into the back of the temple room. We'll continue announcements. Thank you. Today's feast is prepared by Supriya Saki Mataji and her Bhakti Vriksha team. We would like to thank them for their wonderful service. Let's give them a big Hari Bol. Hari Bol! We'd like to thank the wonderful devotees that took the time to cut up. Radhakrishna Prabhu is in India. And so in his absence, many devotees came together and chipped in to cut up for the Sunday feast. So let's give them a big Hari Bol. Hari Bol! Our serve-out team every week is led by Mathura Priya Prabhu, Aprameya Krishna Prabhu, Arjun Krishna Prabhu, Nagarjun Prabhu, and many other community members that come together to serve out the Sunday feast. Let's give them a big Hari Bol. Hari Bol. And for our cleanup team, it's led by Dauji Natai Prabhu, Abhiram Pran Gaur Prabhu, Virjendra Sutta Prabhu, and Tulsi Shran Prabhu, along with their team, clean up the entire kitchen area. And Divyanam Prabhu and Paramanitai Prabhus clean up the area that we take Prashadam in every Sunday. So let's give them a big Hari Bol. Hari Bol. So I would also like to mention that on July 4th, the new Navadvip Dham devotees are inviting everybody for the first ever Navadvip Mandal Parikram here in the United States. So that will happen over July 4th weekend. So please keep posted for more information and mark your calendar for this wonderful festival. At this point, I would like to welcome any devotees who are here for the first time. If you could please raise your hand. I believe we have the blue mic. We'll pass the mic back to you. Anybody who's here for the first time, please raise your hand. Okay, we'll bring the mic to you. Just give us a second.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, welcome. What is your name?
Sushma.
Sushma.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. How did you hear about the temple?
Through my friends.
You have good friends.
Yeah.
And what brought you to the temple today?
I actually just came in to see how it looks like, and then I see Maharaj chanting the Hare Krishna, and I am just here now, and I'll be here till the end.
Wonderful. You came on the perfect day. Thank you so much for coming. And I think I saw somebody next to you with their hand up also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
What's your name?
Bharat.
Bharat. Welcome, Bharat. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
What brought you to the temple today?
I come every Sunday.
Oh, you come every Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you raised your hand saying you were new. Well, thank you so much, Bharat Prabhu. Welcome back.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. What's your name?
Asim.
Asim.
Yeah.
Welcome, Prabhu. What brought you to the temple today?
Yeah, like my wife, she's a big fan.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Wow. She brought 2 new people to the temple today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to the temple. We're very grateful to you both for coming and for your good wife. Thank you for bringing them both here today. Thank you so much. Anybody else here that we missed that's here for the first time? Okay, wonderful. For those that are here for the first time, we would like to offer on behalf of the deities and Srila Prabhupada and the devotees a complimentary gift of the Bhagavad Gita that you can collect at the book table in the hallway on your way out. So please do that. Please consider this temple your second home or your first home, as you like, and come as often as you can. Let us know how we can serve you. And also, if you're interested in more gatherings like this, we have Bhakti Vriksha groups throughout the Dallas Metroplex. There's 16 of them. And you can go to our website, radhakalachandji.org. You can find contact information there to see which ones are close by to where you live, so you can have more of this Sangha throughout your week if you can't make it here. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. So at this point, we will stand for the Gaur Arti. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Kalachandji ki jai.